Psychonauts is a game series that largely focuses on human psychology and healing. Up until this point, we have spent our time looking at each mental world and attempting to break down the symbolism to understand the emotional struggles the individual is going through. There is a part of this process that is yet to be discussed during this series. That is how similar these mental worlds are to dreams. After all, dream analysis is an important part in a psychiatrist's toolbox. At the end of the day, how different is a mindscape from a dreamscape? Both work off the same logic, worlds filled with aspects of the unconscious. Throughout the entire Psychology of Psychonauts series, we have been looking at the characters only through the mental worlds. However, dreams can be interpreted in a very similar way. After all, the details of a dream are occupied by unconscious contents, just like the mental worlds in the game. There are some dreams found throughout the game which can give us an insight into how these function in the setting. One in particular that potentially reveals an important point about our main character. Questions about how dreams should be interpreted should be addressed as we go through the topic. The debate over the nature of dreams is one aspect of the schism between the two most renowned psychoanalysts of the 20th century, Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. We will explore the two philosophies in this video later on. For now, let's get back to the game. On the first night at camp, Raz had a dream that involved Ford Cruller. Even in his shattered state, the former head of the Psychonauts was able to slip into the mind of the new recruit. It is used for a camera and basic controls tutorial for the player, however, later on Raz mentions this dream upon meeting him the following day, so it is lore relevant. This is not something that is ever truly revisited. In this setting, is it normal for psychics to be able to go into a dream, or is that something only powerful psychics like Ford can pull off? Using the psychoportals, one can travel into the mind of someone who's conscious, but Cruller did not sneak into the cabins and place a portal on Raz. There must be another method of pulling this off. Later in the story, Lily mentions that she's been having weird dreams about Dr. Loboto. Unlike the situation with Raz, we do get an explanation for this, which may be a clue to the boy's experience. At the start of the game, Coach Oleander fell asleep next to a psychic radio that broadcasts the thoughts of the one using it. As a result of being asleep, his mind was open and not censoring himself. When awake, we tend to filter out most of the unconscious images and impulses, but asleep, Oleander could not keep his dark intentions a secret. As a result, his plans with Dr. Loboto were sent out into the ether. This goes along with the philosophy of Sigmund Freud. He believes that when awake, most people do not act upon their deepest desires. For reasons of morality, embarrassment, or the nature of physics, we regulate ourselves while awake. However, in a dream, the moral component of our desires is not relevant. The laws of physics and reality are different. Therefore, they give us an insight into our deep-rooted desires and secrets. They give us free rein to act upon these impulses. Coach Oleander may have been able to fool everyone when awake and self-regulating his mind. Once he went to sleep next to the psychic radio, he was unable to keep any secrets. Unfortunately for him, this unconscious signal was picked up by three things that day: the PA system, the brain tumbler, and Lily. Around the campgrounds are these speakers connected to the PA system. If Raz goes up and stands around long enough, we can hear bits and pieces of the plan as well as his childhood trauma. The second thing that noticed was the brain tumbler. When Sasha placed Raz in the device, he explains that it links to the collective unconscious. In this setting, it is the point where all minds meet. As a result, Oleander's intentions could be found here. In the level, we see his plan to kidnap the children and transfer the brains into weaponry. We see the altered Linda the lungfish that he modified along with the mad dentist. We see Dr. Loboto himself along with the bathtub. We witness Dogen getting his brain stolen. It becomes quickly apparent that Oleander is not the only one casting psychic contents around. For most, they don't notice. But just like radio waves pass around us all the time without us noticing, those who can tune in are able to hear it. The brain tumbler was an easy way. However, Lily was able to pick up on it through her dreams. She was able to pick up on it and did so without the need for technology. When asleep, her mind was open to the psychic waves cast by the coach and the doctor, her mind being influenced by the information in that unconscious state when her walls were down. The trouble being is that at first, she did not realize that the dreams were important. In contrast to Freud's model of how dreams work, Jung had a grander opinion of them. He believed dreams were a link between the conscious and unconscious mind. As a result, they contain all contents of the unconscious, and not only repressed desires as Freud posited. Jung focused on the imagery and symbolism of the dream, that each dream had differing meanings for everyone, that each of us draws different associations with the symbols throughout our lives. Just like the law of associative memory creates mental connections between thoughts, emotions, and memories, it can link to symbols as well. The symbol of a dog in a dream can represent loyalty or friendship for one person, or terror for another. If a child had a positive experience with a dog as a child, they would be the former. If they were attacked by one as a child, it may be the latter. Jung focused on the subjective, symbolic reality of dreams. It has been his method we have been using while analyzing the mental worlds throughout this video series. The trouble is, using the method isn't always helpful. Not every dream we have is meaningful. Sometimes unconscious contents are tossed in a bag, jumbled about, and pushed out in random ways. At first, Lily believed that her dreams of Dr. Loboto was just randomness. It was only after Raz had the same experience and told her that she realized there was something deeper. With all this said, if we go into a dream believing it is meaningless, we can miss out on something important our mind is trying to tell us. Conversely, if we believe every dream is meaningful, then we can start to believe false notions about ourselves. Sometimes it is just randomness. Sometimes it is relevant. The trick is trying to distinguish between the two. Let's use one of Rasputin's recurring dreams as an example.
Keep it inside, Raz. We're almost there.
You're doing so well, darling.
Why am I pregnant?
There's no time, Raz. Loboto's consciousness is about to erupt out of your psychic uterus.
What?
You're doing really, really well, Raz.
I don't need to hear that.
Mia, I need that clown makeup.
I'm almost done.
Quickly, Raz. Kiss this piglet's behind. Loboto is almost defeated for good.
Why don't I remember any of this?
You want to remember this?
No.
That's what I thought. Push. Push, Raz. Push.
Ugh, not that dream again.
What do you think? Is this dream supposed to represent how Dr. Loboto is living rent-free in the boy's head? How he is desperately trying to push him out while using the symbol of childbirth to represent ejecting psychic contents? Pushing something out of a psychic uterus, after all, is pushing out psychic contents. Considering he had 2 life-threatening encounters with Loboto, it isn't surprising he's a passenger in his head. Could Raz have associated this birth with Christian symbolism, Ford, Sasha, and Mia being the stand-ins for the 3 wise men in the New Testament? Is the clown makeup simply a persona Raz adopts? Pigs can even be a symbol of fertility in some cultures and goes along with the pregnancy dream. Do you think kissing the pig's butthole was relevant and needing deeper analysis? Or is it just random chaos and not intended to be taken seriously? Before anyone looks too deeply, yes, this whole thing is just an excuse to say psychic uterus in a video. See you next time.
It's a fine line between the stupid and the sublime.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe to receive updates on future uploads. If you would like to help support the channel, a Patreon has been set up and the link is in the description below. Have a great day and peace be with you all.